We are finally filming our room tour. It started as a room tour, and then we realized the magnitude of our things, and it turned into an entire house tour.
This is by far the most requested video we've ever had. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to see our collection. And the problem has been, since the summertime, and we've talked about this probably 10 times already, we moved in early September, and it was weeks of renovations.
Yeah, this house was a nightmare when we first got it, so it took a nice chunk of our time to fix it.
And our money.
Livable. Yeah, and our money.
Getting everything set up was more difficult than we had ever imagined it would be, especially because everything kept rolling in. Every week we're out shooting new episodes still.
Yeah.
The collection kept growing.
Yeah.
And then the Comic Trips room here turned into the Star Wars room, which is just Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
And then we have, a couple things in our living room, and then we have our entire Comic Trips room.
Yeah.
And then there is the Fortress of Politude.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff.
There's lots of stuff. However, we feel that we still keep a pretty, for the most part, organized and adult-looking household. Mm-hmm. Like when you're in our kitchen or you're in our living room, it looks pretty
adult
for the most part. There's like a corner here and there, but when you get into these specialized rooms, it's like all bets are off.
Yeah.
So we figured this is where we'll be filming these small little shorts, whether they be What's in the Box episodes, cool new stuff. We figured, well, why not start the house tour right in here, right now, where we now film everything, so you can kind of see our setup that we have, not only for filming, but what we also have in the Star Wars room. So
this room is the Star Wars room, but you're going to see things that aren't Star Wars in here because this is where we do our staging, where we take pictures from our webisodes and film the haul.
Right.
So if you see little sections that are like Back to the Future or like, Pops, like, it's because we stage in here, so.
Right. Before we were doing it downstairs, we'd have to lug everything downstairs, the camera stuff, the chairs and all that, and now we're just, okay, let's do it right here.
Also, let me just, disclaimer, this is gonna be a long video.
It's probably gonna be a little long, so.
So, right now I suggest you get yourself a beverage, and you get yourself a snack, and then you get yourself a meal, because you're gonna need it. It's gonna be a long video.
Okay, we'll wait for you.
No, we're waiting.
All right, you got your drink?
I could really go for some chips.
Do we have any chips?
All right, you guys, we're starting here. Star Wars room.
We're gonna start right here.
We're literally just gonna pick our setup up, and we're gonna show you what we got.
Taking the camera off the tripod. Let's get right here. So first, take a look at this.
This is our staging area. So we got these Captain Decoupage tables. Ooh, what is that? God. From River City Comics, actually. His wife and mother-in-law make these tables, so that's where this is.
And as you know how good we are with production value, this is our sweet lighting setup, the paper towel over the IKEA lamp.
It's just to diffuse it, because it's a little harsh. And then our sick tripod and our 2 new IKEA tables. So, we'll let you guys, soak it in. This is so bright. I'm just gonna, turn that down. I can turn it out. Yeah, so where do you want to start, Paul?
I mean, we've kind of already started here.
Alright, so if you remember these cups, we got them from the paleontologist.
Dr. Fossil.
Dr. Fossil.
Episode 29.
He had these in his shed, and we were like, oh my god.
That's mine. That's mine.
What?
That is a Hulk Hogan nightlight. Don't pay attention to that.
So, and then, of course, the Treasury issue that we got from Chicago. We have some micro machines back here, some Power of the Force sets. We got a Star Wars King Size Annual #1. We have a few of just, the kind of, what are these, diorama sets that we've gotten throughout. We have some micro machines up here. I'm too short. Lindsay got me this Stormtrooper Hakiri for Christmas. There's the Early Bird Special.
The reissue from Target.
Yeah, the reissue. I got this book bag. It's actually a book bag from Philly Wizard World. This was the first thing I bought at Philly Wizard World, was this book bag. Actually, you got it for me, so.
I know.
This was a shelf that I got at IKEA. The lights are also from IKEA in case anybody's interested in the setup. We have Star Wars Droids #1. That's pretty cool. Of course, if you remember our epic fail from the the Loot Crate.
This was Loot Crate, Galaxy.
Where the box literally just
exploded.
So here he is up here. We have some loose Star Wars figures. Over here we have the Star Destroyer that we got from Action Video. Here we have the coins that we found in various places. A few of them we got from Dr. Fossil. The other ones we found in Pennsylvania.
We're only missing Luke out of the 6.
Yeah. Down here we have a Scout Trooper from the Black Series. We have a Millennium Falcon from a McDonald's Happy Meal. This is actually a soap that I got from Monster Mary, I want to say. She sets up at Monster Mania. Actually, I got this at Amazicon. And then down here we have our exclusives that we got from our Smuggler's Bounty. And oh, there's a Bumblebee pin back here. Oh my gosh, I got this from Universal Studios.
Those are my old Star Wars trade
cards, which are awesome because they're all in this 70s binder.
I got them from my stepdad.
This is pretty cool.
These were something that I completely forgot that I had. They were special edition Han Solo Adidas high tops, and I got them, I want to say 2010, 2011 or so.
I remember when you pulled these out, you were like, Cat.
Completely forgot that I had them. They were sitting in storage forever, and they're packaged to look like an action figure.
Which is dope.
Which is why I bought them in the first place, and I just haven't taken them out. So
what's that random up here? What
this right here, the die-cast collectibles, is actually the other half to this, but we don't have a shelf for it.
Oh.
These right...
Okay, so that's supposed to go together?
Actually, wait, no. I'm wrong. Oh, I'm wrong. That is actually the other half of these right here. I believe there were 10 in total for the Power of the Force little die-cast metal collectibles. Of course, they would release them in a pack of 6 and then a pack of 4. They're like hot dogs and hot dog buns. They don't put them in the same size package.
Up here, this banner, Comic Trips, is really special to us. This was our banner that we had at our Chicago Wizard World booth. We kept it, and I was like adamant about keeping it nice. So, because we were so short notice for the Philly one, we actually didn't have one. But then when I saw it in Chicago, I was like, I want to take this home.
So if you pan to the right here, you will see our entire Power of the Force action figure collection that we currently have that are cataloged and ready. Last I remember, we had probably about upper 60s of these. These have been one heck of a nut to crack because you start off with the 1995 original 8 here, and then it moves along, and if you take a look, we're holding...
Yeah, why are there holes in the wall?
Well, because we're trying to go by item number 69579, 69580, which I cannot find, and I don't even know what it is. There's no database to show it. 69581, I'm just trying to complete these. But these figures just go so far and so long, and there are so many different repaints, and these look like the same 3 Princess Leia Organa figures, but look, the buckle is different on this one, and this one is a film cell, and this one is not, and it's just, these figures go forever, and it's an absolute nightmare to collect. But
yeah, but it looks cool on the wall.
It looks cool on the wall, yeah, so we don't mind.
Up along the wall here, and then over across, you'll see our Saga series and trilogy collections. They're just, they're awesome because they're unpunched, and they're in collective cases, so that's cool.
We also can't forget our giant Millennium Falcon rug.
Oh God, stop. So in the bedroom, I just have 2 small little sections. I have a Jack Skellington that I got from Robert Bruce. And then at South Jersey Geek Fest, Paul got me the Diamond Select Jack and Sally, the dual coffin. The other section in the bedroom that I have is small but mighty, and it's my Kingdom Hearts section. I got these Kingdom Hearts charms from Chris Vint in Ireland. They're just small little things that you can put like on a necklace. I got this Jack Skellington and Sora from Chicago Wizard World. Kate Bit Creations made me the Sora, and then she recently just sent me this Keyblade, which has the Mickey Mouse logo on it. And then my cousin actually had this at his booth at Bazaar AC, and I was like, why didn't you tell me you had this? So naturally I had to buy it. So this is my Kingdom Hearts section. It's small, but it's mighty. So we're currently in the family room, living room. It's just a room. These two paintings to me are super special. This was the first thing that Paul actually ever got for me. And then a year later, almost to the day, I got the Captain Spaulding. They're done by a guy named Dave Mass. He's in Atlantic County. He's awesome. He does this kind of like graffiti style. So these mean a lot to me. Over here is, oh, it's just so special. We have New Mutants number 98. We actually got this from Tate's Comics in Lauderhill, Florida. This was the first time Paul and I ever went to Tate's together. Then up here I just have, a few pops, and then I have the New York Comic Con exclusive Chimichanga truck. In the case here, we have the George Lucas dressed as a stormtrooper that I got at Chicago Wizard World, and then my Holy Grail piece is the unpunched stormtrooper from Return of the Jedi.
Right below that, we have my little Back to the Future shelf with the Back to the Future newspaper. That was USA Today special edition. The bottle of Pepsi Perfect that I was given for Christmas by Kat's family, and then the unbelievably realistic Marty McFly Hot Toys figure.
Yeah, that's a cool piece.
That Kat's brother got me.
And then last but not least, in this case, we have my X-Force Deadpool Sideshow. I saved up my tax return to get this bad boy. I had my eye on him forever and ever, and I finally got him. And he is so cool. Actually, if you want to see something really cool, what's awesome about this is that all of these pieces are magnetic. So when they come to you, like his arms and everything, like it's all magnetic, which I just thought was the coolest thing ever. So now we are going to head to the Comic Trips room. This has been long awaited and it has taken forever to get it all organized, but finally, it is. Follow me.
Ready to go? Yeah, you ready to go?
Welcome to the Comic Trips room. This room holds many wonders, and I'm so proud of it. Naturally, we're just gonna start right here. This is the most special thing to me. Oh, that's like calm down. Don't even worry about it. This is my Rob Zombie shelf. I mean, you'll see like little pieces. Like I have Tim Burton cards and Hannibal because it's kind of just like horror themed, but these two photographs were signed by Bill Moseley. He played Otis. I don't even know where to start. I have Piggy D's bass strings and his bass picks. I got these when I got his jacket. This actually sings. This was one of the first toys that Paul ever bought me from It's a Toy Store. Behind it, you'll see the Devil's Rejects set that I got from Tate's. That was the first thing I bought at Tate's ever. I've got a beanie here. I've got the House of a Thousand Corpses Otis and the Dead Cheerleader. I have the Captain Spaulding Living Dead doll. And then I have an actual packaged one because if I have it loose, I have to have it packaged. I've got a keychain and just, this is like, I want to sleep here on this shelf with all of this stuff. Rob Zombie, if you ever see this, I love you. The next shelf you'll see here is the NSYNC shelf. I got these marionette dolls from Raiders of the Lost Toys. It's Kate and Ed. It's Kate from Kate Bit. And then I got these bobbleheads. They were $20 from Carnival of Collectibles. They had the whole set. And if you want to see something really, really special, on the ground here, these marionette dolls were actually a engagement present from Chris Kirkpatrick. We met up with him when we were in Orlando. I know, I was literally fangirling. What you'll notice is that he is missing because he said he actually gave all of him away when he does like different like appearances and stuff. And then next to it is a Texas Chainsaw Massacre doll, Living Dead doll, so random.
So the next little section we have here is the Swamp Thing section, which I'm trying to complete right now. I have all 10 figures. I believe 7 of the 10 we have are unpunched. Most of these were purchased from Wizard World in Philadelphia. If you remember, there was a gentleman there that had $8 a piece or 3 for $20. All of these were coming directly out of the Kenner shipping boxes. So these had never been opened, never been touched by human hands from the shipping boxes, and we were actually able to get them. I want to say we grabbed 8 of them there. We may have grabbed all 10. At this point, I kind of can't remember because when I saw these, I just sort of blacked out.
You blacked out.
Completely blacked out. So the only thing that we're looking to complete this set now is the transducer, the swamp buggy, and
Oh, like the vehicles.
the vehicles. Other than that, we have all the figures. So.
Alright, the next section to this room is our Power Rangers. So this is kind of like Paul and my shelf. If you notice, this Green Ranger mask was actually signed by Jason David Frank. We met him in Chicago at Chicago Wizard World.
Such a nice guy.
A lot of our memories are from Wizard World. That's really funny.
I just really enjoy Wizard World. It's a great convention.
We have all 5.
We actually have them.
And we got the Red Ranger that, or the Pink Ranger that isn't from, oh, you can't even see me. Hi, guys. We got the Pink Ranger that isn't the Canadian version.
Right,
So
the actual
we had
Bandai version.
We had to hunt for that. We have these soaps that I found at an antique store in Pennsylvania. We have the comic books, some micro machines. Paul got me this power cannon for my birthday, which was dope. I got the nightlight and switch plate. We got a cassette tape. Wow, I'm totally blanking. A license plate Power Ranger. We have the TV tray back here. Just some like loose cards. Some Pogs. Oh, it says Thanks Paul and Cat on the back. Did you know that?
Yep.
And some more comics. And my little mini Megazord. I love it. I love it.
Yep.
The
Then if
next
we just go
section,
ahead
we're
and
just gonna pan it.
turn this over here.
This is Paul's glory.
This is kind of like my glorious corner right here of the original Terminator 2 series from 1991. I have 11 out of 12, missing one more, and that one is the Battle Damage Terminator, I want to say. And it is, let's see, it is this guy right here. That's the one guy that I'm missing to complete the 12. As far as I've ever found, there's been 12 figures. So
Didn't you get this at Monster Mania?
No, I got this actually at the first Monster Mania we went to. That was where I picked this one up.
Oh.
This was
Where did
purchased.
you get this?
That was at Beyond Collectibles in Columbus.
Oh, okay.
So there are a couple other vehicles. There is the body damage repair kit, which has like Play-Doh, and then there is the motorcycle. There's like 1 or 2 other vehicles for this. Now this
Sorry,
right here,
I couldn't help but pan down because I'm
Right.
like, wow.
this is like one of like my pride and joys here, the complete Last Action Hero set. All 6, I mean 7. This drives me nuts. See this? See how they're
Yeah,
all
but
here
didn't
like
somebody
this?
give this one to you?
Right, that was given to us by a very good friend of ours. That was actually Brian Sharp, Pop Hunter SC gave us this. Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian, so much. This was the last one that we needed here. And this is the complete set here. Stephen Ackle, from our friend who always interacts with us as well, he actually sent us this one. So all these other ones
Oh,
were
thank you
purchased.
again.
We hunted them down piece by piece. These were from Zombie Sailor. These are in immaculate condition. So this is the complete set of the Last Action Hero line. The only one that we are missing out of any item, I think, of this major line was the 13-inch tall Jack Slater, the talking one, which I've only seen in one other spot, and they wanted way too much money for it.
So here is a blank space because we do not have a character or a franchise that we've decided to put there. So we also have to get another shelf. So
Yeah, I thought we had that
we
shelf.
shall see. Oh, what's over here, Paul?
So this is our set of crash test dummies of the original 6 from 1991.
Whoa, digging deep.
Yeah,
Let's do a check.
fact check, 1991, yeah.
Okay.
From the original 6 back. When you hear a number that is something back, that means, you know, Star Wars, 12 back. That means there were 12 figures on the back of the original cards. So this is the original 6 back here, which we are trying to get. All I need is Larry, and I need Skid the Kid.
Oh.
That's pretty much it. And then I will have that complete collection of the original 6, and then from then on we'll move down to the Beetlejuice figures. This is the original 6 back of the Beetlejuice figures before Neighborhood Nasties and all these other ones popped up. These are the first 6 that came out. I think that we only have 1 or 2, 3. We have 3 of them that are unpunched. So when we complete...
How do you hang them up if they're not punched?
So what I actually did was I took... Don't be worried, these thumbtacks aren't going through it. These figures are resting on the thumbtacks, and then there's one keeping them up here. So they're not damaging the cars or anything. This is a method that I've used for a while now. It protects them, it doesn't damage them. And then when you move down here, these are all three of the vehicles from the original Beetlejuice line. These were purchased from Zombie Sailor. These are all out of the Kenner shipping
those
cases.
Look at the crisp like corners on those. Oh my god. They're nice.
And then you have our Crash Dummies vehicles that we have so far. I believe we're missing the blue car, and then there's maybe one or two more. It's coming along pretty well, but it's not for a lack of looking, that's for sure.
I see some long boxes. You want to?
Oh yeah. So
you guys, this is a closet of comic books.
that is the comic closet.
Comic closet.
Comic closet. That'll be
We
our.
should put a sign up there that says comic closet.
Right. So what we got 10 long boxes at this point. So you figure each one of them has 250, maybe 300 comics in them. These are organized as far as I'm concerned.
You know. Oh look. Oh, it's your book.
My book that I left there today when we went on a trip. These are my to be filed. They've been cataloged here. These are all going into these boxes. I know how these are laid out, and I'm pretty much the only one.
All I know is my Deadpools are in there.
Yeah. The rest of these are all just kind of randoms that need to be filed in these boxes here. These are our Star Wars comics that we're logging. These are cataloged and they need to be put in their boxes. These ones, these, and these here are all just kind of a mixed up mishmash hodgepodge, so to speak. So you figure each long box holds around 250
to
maybe
300.
Maybe 300 comics or so. So we're somewhere in the area of a little over probably 2,500 comics, maybe a little bit more. Obviously, by no means is that anywhere near the largest collection, but it's a good start, and we've been filling up a lot of little tiny spots, and we have a couple extra comic books here. These are some more of our favorite comic books, obviously Spider-Man 300, Uncanny X-Men number 300. Why is this one here when it's not really that valuable? This is the first comic book that I ever purchased, and it is very near and dear to me. It means a whole lot to me. And then we have the first print of the first appearance of Adult Cable.
So what's the second printing? What color is that?
That's gold.
Gold.
The back of that is gold. This one is the orangish red, whatever you want to call it, the Sunfire color.
And that's the first
That's the first printing, right. And then what we kind of want to do a reveal here, you might want to step back, is this is the miniature Hall of Heroes right here. This is all of our Uncanny X-Men figures that we were obsessing over for the first few months of the series, and we got up to, I want to say, maybe a little over 80 or so.
You guys, this is just like...
Yeah, step back.
Yeah, there's just... Oh my god. It's so glorious. Oh man. Just take that in, you guys. Miniature Hall of Heroes.
We've organized these a little bit. These right here. This is the very first thing Kat and I bought when we went on our very first date right here. The Colossus toy. This right here, this toy was the spark that kind of lit the flame, so to speak, and it kind of started everything. Not only me really getting back into collecting and want to kind of relive my childhood, but it was our first date, and it was the first place that we stopped.
And then you left it in my car, and
then
I was like, oh, I guess we're going to have to hang out again so you can get your toy back.
I'm going to get my Colossus. So this one gets pole position right here, and then if you look, the original release of these, there were 9. And the way you can tell whether it's an original one or not from 1991 is it has a hole as opposed to a J-hook, and it has a white border card instead of a red X border or whatever color that they were using in there. All first series ones have a hole, not a J-hook, like right here. First Apocalypse, that's technically a first repaint of Apocalypse. And look, see, again, 90s toys, they're infuriating. First repaint of the Apocalypse, technically the same figure, but the card's a little different. And this one is second edition Apocalypse when this was technically redone. So you can see how infuriating
that's absolutely infuriating.
It's infuriating. And then you have all of the Wolverines that came out. You have all 8 Wolverines that wrap around here, and then for some reason I have an unpunched French-Canadian Captain America.
That's so random.
Which makes no sense whatsoever, but we still have it.
And then I see you have some Fantastic Fours over here.
Right, we have the Fantastic Four hanging out in Montreal, and we're still trying to find a thing that doesn't have an oxidized bubble, which drives me nuts. Always has an oxidized bubble. And then just, we have some of our large 10-inch figure in the bottom there, Marvel Universe figures, the X-Men Alert adventure game, our TV tray that was given to us by our good friend Jason Polo, and
well, that's cool.
he gave that to us at South Jersey Geek Fest. We bought that way early on.
Yeah, you got this at Toys R Us, I feel like.
Yeah, it's a Toys R Us exclusive. We grabbed it when we were up by your place in up north. So yeah, that is the miniature Hall of Heroes. As you can see, I fit in it. I was thinking of adding maybe closing doors, but I don't know what we're going to do with it. I've actually considered redoing this entire part to hold all my comic books, because I like the idea of not having them all in long boxes. I kind of want to store them like library books almost, and they have shelves at IKEA that would fit this whole thing perfectly right here.
Would.
But then the problem is where do I put all these Uncanny X-Men figures? I have no idea. So it's either that or I don't know. We're just gonna have to restart again. And then Kat's got a little shelf over here to show you.
Deadpool.
Her little shrine to Deadpool.
I love this shelf a lot. I don't know where to start. Paul got this for me, and you can. Oh, there's hair. And you can write on the sign. I have my X-Men, Deadpool. I got this at Midtown Comics in the city. Paul got this for me when I wasn't looking at It's a Toy Store. It's the X-Force Deadpool. I like Deadpool in his X-Force costume. I just like the way his eyes are red and he looks angry. Here's an X-Force Deadpool. This is a graded book. It's not like a key issue or anything. It's just graded. And I kind of like how it's yin and yang, so it's regular Deadpool and his X-Force costume. I have a little diorama right here. Got some pins and some magnets and some little Legos.
And you got your X-Men X-Force action figure, which leads us to the centerpiece of the room.
Yeah.
Oh, our little case. Yeah, we've been hiding this thing. We just put this together tonight right before filming. And in this case, we have our Invincible Iron Man #1 with the Iron Man pop that our friend James gave us at Chicago Wizard World.
Thank you. So, the story behind this Deadpool action figure is that it's the first Deadpool action figure ever. It's also mine. So, Paul has his miniature Hall of Heroes right here. And as you notice, there is no Deadpool in here. Because that one's mine. Mwaha. And if you notice the signature on it, that's actually Rob Liefeld. I met him at Philly Wizard World and I had him sign my Deadpool. So that was so dope.
And then if you notice, we go down here, we have our copy of Hulk 180. Very last panel, very last page is the first cameo of Wolverine.
I got that for you.
With a nice little mid-90s Hulk, which I believe we have another one in the package. Do we? Pretty sure we do, right? Right, where is he? Hulk? Hulk, where are you? Where's he? There he is, right there. That little guy. Yep, knew we had him in the package. And then down on the very bottom.
Down here, I got this from Panther Comics. He posted this on his Instagram, and I was like, I'm going to need to get that. So I drove the next day, and I picked him up. It was surprisingly the same day his webisode was airing. Yeah. That's the day I picked that up, so. This is the comic trips room, you guys.
So I'm kind of standing way up against the back corner. Keep going.
I'm getting a little dizzy.
So this is it. This is our little sanctuary down here. This is a spare bedroom in our house that we decided to convert into our little palace.
We don't have kids, so.
Yeah, we have our fur babies, and this is the thick of it. To be honest, let me put this up here. So this is our home. A lot of people have asked.
We're not done though.
No. Oh my gosh!
You guys, but wait, there's more.
How did I forget about my happiest place on earth?
Is it?
Next to being next to you. Oh, I'm sorry.
I will end you.
So for some reason I completely forgot about the Fortress of Politude, which is my office that is disconnected. Are you in quicksand? What are you doing? The Fortress of Politude, which is my office, which is a disconnected garage on the house. You're distracting me so bad, I can't even speak. If I were doing this to you, you would be flipping out right now, angry.
But it's not me, it's you. Mwahaha! Mwahaha!
Come here, just stand right next to me here. Here you go. This is our actual. That is actually how.
The first picture that there's ever taken is just my forehead up.
Yep.
And then your clavicle down. It was
Yep.
the funniest photo.
Yeah. So this is our house. This is our little sanctuary.
Yeah.
This is our happy place. We live with a very good friend of ours, and we have our 2 pups. It's not a big house, but it is our house. And now we're going to take you to
the office.
Fortress of Politude. It is a detached office from the house where all of my other things are. Some of
What
my,
other things, Paul?
Nothing. Just
About to find out.
other women.
Hurry up, I can't hold this face forever.
Oh, I zoomed in, but it just went past your head because you're too short. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go to the... Okay. Walk out of the shop, please. Oh, jeez.
Don't film your code.
All right, we know it's dark, but hold on, we're going to the office.
What'd you say?
Okay. Oh.
We need that.
Yeah. The lights in here are terrible.
Fucking terrible. So I guess Vincenzo has claimed the love sack. Is that yours? Is that your? Is this where he sits when
Yep.
you're doing work?
Yep. This is where all the videos get edited. This is my command center here, obviously with all my Roku remotes and things like that. This is where we do everything. This is where the magic happens, as they would say on MTV Cribs. So this is where my work gets done.
This is more like MTV Shack.
It is like a shack, yeah. So over here is my Back to the Future items. Pretty much my obsession with the movies range from just about anything I can get my hands on. Everything from the Funko Pops down to the special edition Blu-ray, which for some reason I feel the need to display. Universal Studios Back to the Future The Ride toy. My
Pepsi Perfect box.
from the box.
Is this a set?
That's
like a
actual.
kit?
That's a model set, yeah. And then the vinyl idols back up to another copy of the newspaper with some die-cast toys. Then over to the Back to the Future 2 and 3 video game with number 1, more of the new IDW comics, the original 4 reaction figures. We got them at Monster Mania before they came out, sort of unpunched.
What is this?
DeLorean, Back to the Future. That's actually a number 1 DeLorean.
In a number 2 box.
In a number 2 box, yeah, because they try to get around the licensing rights with Crispin Glover, I believe.
What's that?
That is an out-of-the-box Back to the Future 3 DeLorean.
And then
we
what's
have
this one?
The frosted, fresh back from time travel Back to the Future.
Oh, you just got this
DeLorean.
one, right?
Yeah, that's the one we got at Toys R Us. And then the number 3 DeLorean with the railroad wheels on them. This is the set of 3 that we got from Universal Studios last year when we first went. Then a couple more die-cast figures. Some of these were picked up at Comic-Cons, like you have Biff's old Ford Deluxe covered in manure, and Marty's awesome 4x4. There's a couple of these that are still out there that we don't have. The 3 set from Universal Studios, Kate Bit and her awesome creations, my DeLorean that oddly enough was just sitting there waiting for me when I showed up one day to a show. We're on to you. And then you kind of have a bit of a weird lower level of fandom where you have the out of time license plate and then you have the 2015
Those
license.
are the two, yeah, those are the two I would recognize.
Right.
But what are those?
And then you have the Marty's 4x4 license plate and then Doc Brown's van license plate, which is a little bit more obscure, but regardless, found it, had to have it. My friend Lee bought me this many, many years ago, and I just got around to putting in a frame because framing things absolutely sucks. And then over here we have the Hulk Hogan corner. Some of this stuff I've had since I was a little kid, and a lot of this stuff we have gotten in our travels. This is that mint in the box wrestling ring from 1990 that we got from Zombie Sailor. That is one of my absolute prized possessions. The Hulk Hogan workout gear set that Kat bought me a while back, and I almost came to tears when I opened it because this is an absolute unbelievable major piece of my childhood here.
Yeah,
mint
it
in
belongs
condition
to a
in the
museum,
box.
he said.
Yep. And then I went wild for a little bit collecting the Jakks Pacific figures. I've had these, pretty much most of these since they came out. And after a while, I just kind of got out of control with these. I tried scooping up every single one that I could and ended up with a whole bunch of them. There are a couple that I don't have. Regardless, these are all the Jakks Pacific figures that I have. And then, you know, again, we don't really collect a whole lot of loose figures, but anytime we come across something, we try and grab it, whether it be at a Comic-Con or whether it be at a small little show or a store, we try and grab them.
There's just so much stuff.
There's so much stuff. And then here, if you go up a little more, the top row up here, we have, I don't want to admit how much I paid for this Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling eraser because it's embarrassing, but it's still in the package from 1984, 85. And then just going along the top, we have some variant figures. That is a Series 1 Hulk Hogan from Hasbro that we got, and that was from Zombie Sailor. Mm-hmm. Just moving along. It's just kind of never ending. And then when you go over to the other corner over here, we have a couple more figures. Yeah, that's...
I'm gonna cash it in to beat you up.
Yeah, you can try. And then just another little corner of stuff. Autographed poster when I met him a few years ago.
From Robert Bruce.
Got that from Robert Bruce. Yep, grabbed that from him at ACBC. Grabbed that one from Zombie Sailor. A bunch of cool stuff here. The book bag that I got from Wizard World Chicago. The foam hand that I got from It's a Toy Show. So yeah, that is...
Can we not forget about this?
Right, so...
And more wrestling stuff on top of it.
Right, so I don't have a couch here. I have a couch coming in soon. One of my favorite movies of all time, Suburban Commando.
This is the
hockey table.
with the puck.
Right. So once that couch gets here, I'll give you a quick look at this is how the whole room looks here. So it's been quite a process setting up this entire room.
I love how the dogs have commandeered this love sack.
Yeah, well that's their space. When I'm sitting here working, they just hang out over there. So the only thing missing here is basically the couch, and then I get to put together the coffee table, and the room is all set and everything is there. I've got my TV hookup, internet out here, got the Han Solo frozen in carbonite mini fridge there, which my parents got me for Christmas.
That is the house tour, you guys.
That's the house. That's pretty much it, right? We don't have any secret rooms that I don't know about, anything like that. That's it. That's us. This is our home. You have asked many, many times to see it, and we have just been trying to get it at least close to something that we feel is respectable, because we're always working on it nonstop.
Yeah, it was hard too, and then we ran into a financial issue where we couldn't afford the shelves, so we didn't want to just put our toys on the floor, so we had to wait until there was a lot of factors that needed to fix themselves before we were
Right.
completely 100%.
We hope it was worth it. We hope you guys enjoyed it, and we hope the wait was worth it, basically, because we know you've been waiting for a while to see our collection.
Yeah.
And the collection is ever expanding, and it's always growing, so we might have to do another one of these in a couple months.
Do like an update.
Yeah, do an update, because if I can find a different way to store my comic books, I definitely will do that 100%.
Yeah, because the long boxes are so like, okay, here, and they're filed, they're
Yeah.
done. It's not like,
Yeah.
you know,
So we're gonna head inside. We're gonna
maybe watching a movie.
maybe watch a movie, decompress, and we are not too far away from season 4, so keep your eyes out for that sort of stuff. Keep telling your friends about us, help us out, share this video, show your friends if they like this sort of thing, the 80s babies, 90s kids type of stuff. We're trying to get the word out for this. We've had an awesome surge lately of traffic and new people coming along, and we're just
So
hoping...
hi.
Yeah, hi new people, and hi old people that have wanted to see this video for like
Ever.
10 months now, 9-10 months since we first started. So, sorry it took you so long. We hope you weren't disappointed.
Autobots, roll out!
It's so cold. It's so cold.